Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Monday already. We went through the weekend awful fast, but anyway, today is August the 26th, and I do hope I hope you had a great weekend. I hope as always you were able to spend some time with your family and or friends, and just have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, a time of rest. Hopefully, maybe a time of maybe getting some things done around home, but anyway, and then I hope you were able to worship at the place of your choice yesterday, and have a great day in that. And anyway, I know we did, but anyway, now here it is. It's Monday morning. It's the start of a new week, and God has blessed us with the breath to breathe, and I certainly hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well and well rested and ready to tackle the opportunities that God has blessed us with. This morning, I'd like to share a devotional with you entitled "Fearless in a Frightening World." You know, fear it's an overwhelming emotion, that can take hold of us, causing sometimes complete irrationality. Sometimes fear, can be more devastating than the very thing that we're afraid of. But God, He says that as followers of Jesus Christ, we don't have to be afraid. Now, why? Why is that? Well, it's because He's with us. In Psalm chapter 91, verse 4, it tells us there, it says, He will cover you with His feathers. He will shelter you with His wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. You see, the psalmist went on to say then in verse 5, he said, "Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day." And then verse 7, though 1,000 fall at your side, then 10,000 are dying around you. These evils will not touch you. You see, God will put His wings around us. He will protect us. And because of this, we don't have to be afraid of what lies ahead. However, what the psalmist isn't saying is that God's people will be immune to, difficulties in life. I mean, there are Christians who have faced calamities and hardships. And there are Christians who have been victims of crimes. So therefore, these verses, they don't give us a carte blanche, promise that we never are going to face any difficulty. Instead, what they give us a promise, from God that He's going to be with us, no matter what we go through, and He will see us through whatever difficulties we have. I think interestingly, the devil, he quoted a passage from Psalm 91 to Jesus during His temptation out in the wilderness. Matthew's gospel in Matthew chapter 4 verses 5 and 6, it says, "The devil took Him to the holy city, Jerusalem, to the highest point of the temple, and said, 'If you are the Son of God, jump off. For the scriptures say, He will order His angels to protect you, and they will hold you up with their hands, so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone.'" Now the devil, he was referencing verses 11 and 12 from Psalm 91, but he took the passage out of context. You see, he was attempting to use scripture to say that Jesus, he could just recklessly test the Lord without consequences. Jesus, however, he brought it back into context, and he replied in Matthew chapter 4 verse 7, "The scriptures also say, you must not test the Lord your God." You see, we should not just go out and unnecessarily endanger our lives. It's a clear violation of scripture, and obviously test the Lord. You see, God has a work that He's going to do in our lives. And until He is done with that work, we're in a sense indestructible. We see this illustrated in the story of the Apostle Paul, after he was shipwrecked. As Paul was as Paul attended a fire, a poisonous snake bit his hand. But Paul just simply shook off the snake into the fire. Now, Paul wasn't affected by the venom because, you see, God wasn't finished with Paul yet. And in the same way, God will keep us here on earth and be with us here until he has completed his work, through our lives. And, there are so many things today that can strike fear in our hearts. I mean, yet as we look out, at this frightening world in which we live, listen, we can have courage, not because of who we are, but because God is with us. And that's what we need to depend on as believers in Jesus Christ, is that God is in us and he's with us every day and every step of the way. And he'll get us through those difficulties, those times when we can't understand what's going on, but we know that God walks with us. And so anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Monday morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.